This is Platinum Northwest TV News in the headlines. The presidency pays tribute to the late David Mabuza and the DA leads a jobs march in Mahikeng. Also tonight, the PICC intensifies the search for 11 young boys in the Tsetse village. Further abroad, security is on high alert after days of protests in Togo. And in the sports news, Morocco and Zambia gear up for the TotalEnergies CAF WAFCON Opener. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this Friday evening. I'm Boitumelo Monare. First, tonight, the presidency has paid tribute to the former Deputy President David Mabuza, who died on Thursday, aged 64. Mabuza was first sworn in as an MP in early 2018 as the Deputy President to President Cyril Ramaphosa. The former Deputy President will be remembered for his sense of composure and resilience when handling controversial matters in Parliament. One of his crucial responsibilities was bridging the gap between legislature and the executive. Now, in a statement, the president described Mabuza as, quote, a deputy president who applied his leadership and mobilization abilities to his role as a leader of the government business. Now, according to a statement by the presidency, further announcement on memorial arrangements will be made in due course. We go now to Mahikeng, where earlier today the Democratic Alliance in the Northwest led a jobs march to deliver a petition to Premier Lazarus Mokgosi demanding urgent action on unemployment. The march comes as the province grapples with unemployment, the highest in the country at 56% expanded unemployment for the first quarter of 2025. That's according to Statistics South Africa's quarterly labor force survey. Now, after receiving the memorandum of demand on behalf of the Premier, MEC Wessels Moreng said, quote, we must work as a collective to resolve the matter and create jobs for all South Africans. The Northwest has been the only province where over half of the working age population is either unemployed or has given up looking for work. More news as the Provincial Initiation Coordinating Committee is intensifying its search for the missing 11 boys who were lured into attending an illegal initiation school in Tsetse village near Mahikeng. This happens as the province registers 3 deaths, which all happened in some illegal initiation schools which have since shut down. The PICC has roped in the South African Police Service with the usage of K9 units to help track and rescue the young boys from Tsetse, Ramatlabama and other neighboring villages. Tebetsi from the Northwest Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs shared these details with us.
According to the PICC, the culprit, a bogus initiation school principal, has been operating the school in Tsetse village and will change his location to avoid being arrested. The PICC has appealed for assistance to ensure the safe return of initiates as the situation becomes dire for their well-being. 4 more illegal initiation schools have been shut down, and this brings the total number of initiation schools shut down since the start of the winter initiation season to 18. A total of 90 male initiates have been rescued and have all been taken to other registered initiation schools to complete their initiation activities. Unfortunately, 3 initiates have died.
Let's now head into the international news. An eerie calm hangs over Togo after days of mass protests in the West African nation's capital. But security forces remain stationed at key intersections as many fear the storm is far from over. From June 26 to June 28, thousands took to the streets of Lomé to protest constitutional reforms that critics say enable President Faure Nyasimbe to remain in power indefinitely. The 59-year-old, in office since 2005, following the death of his father, who ruled for 38 years, was recently sworn in as president of the Council of Ministers, a powerful executive role with no term limits. What comes next is uncertain. Protests have subsided for now, but the heavy presence of security forces suggests continued anxiety. Analysts warn that if unrest spreads beyond Lomé, the country could face a deeper crisis. With that, it is now time for the business news. Power utility Eskom is still investigating the breach of its online vending systems, which led to a widespread fraud and corruption related to prepaid tokens. The group disclosed the breach in its full-year results for 2024, noting that some of its own employees were implicated in the scandal. The system, which is used to issue prepaid electricity tokens, was used to distribute fraudulent tokens, revealing critical vulnerabilities in the physical and digital components of Eskom's systems. During its previous financial year, Eskom estimated that electricity theft, including illegal tokens and bypass meters, costed roughly 23 billion rand in revenue. Eskom this week said that it had already taken action on the system, even though investigations are ongoing. And now stay with us as we wrap up with the sports news. The TotalEnergies CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations will begin in Morocco on Saturday, with the host nation facing Zambia in the opening match. Both teams will be aiming for success and will have the opportunity to assess their form early in the Group A encounter. The match is scheduled for 9 p.m. local time. The tournament will be hosted across 6 venues in 5 cities, with several major stadiums in Morocco temporarily unavailable. This is due to ongoing renovations in preparation for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, which is scheduled to begin in December. And more sports news here tonight. The inaugural Springbok retail store officially opened at 9 a.m. this morning at the Sandton City shopping center in Johannesburg. The opening ceremony was attended by distinguished guests, including Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Gayton McKenzie, and Minister of Communications and Digital Technologies, Solly Malatsi. Plans are underway to add additional stores in other locations across the country. The store offers authentic Nike replica teamwear alongside a new collection of branded casual supporters apparel. This opening is reported to represent the successful achievement of a goal set by the South African Rugby Union to further promote the Springbok brand in South Africa. And that is your Friday night broadcast. We will be back again next week. Until next time, thank you and good night.